Good evening from Coventry's Brandon Stadium. Looking forward to Coventry against Swindon in the Sky Sports Elite League. A vital match here for both sides in the race for the playoffs. The Elite League has had a week off due to the World Cup, but we're back in action tonight, and Coventry have 3 meetings in 4 days that could put a big bearing on their chances of making the top 4. Here tonight, away at Arena on Wednesday and home to Bellevue on Thursday night. But much has changed since Swindon's last visit here just 3.5 weeks ago. Then the Robins were suffering from away defeat after away defeat. They went down here 51-43 in a last heat decider, and since then they've reeled off 4 straight wins, including away from home at both Wolverhampton and Arena Essex. They're third in the table, and all of a sudden Swindon are looking genuine playoff contenders, which hasn't really looked the case all season. Added to that, Coventry have problems tonight at reserve, massive problems in fact. They have neither of their regular reserves available, so Swindon will definitely look at this meeting as a possible away win. Bees are without Powell Leave, who sustained concussion in a recent crash in Poland. He'd been told to rest for a week, so Troy Batchelor, number 8, comes in once again. And worse news for the Bees really is the fact that Martin Smolinski crashed in the German Bundesliga on Sunday. We believe he's also sustained concussion. He is out, and the rather peculiar rules of the sport indicate that the only way to replace a rider in that circumstance is to bring in a rider with an average lower than your current number 8, who of course is Troy Batchelor. That replacement is Christian Henry, who impressed in the recent demolition of Arena Essex. Both Henry and Batchelor have done well in recent appearances at Brandon, but the opposition tonight is very tough indeed, as we get our first chance to see the exciting Russian Renat Gafurov, who's been putting up plenty of trees for the Robins so far this season. And of course they have the combined might of Lee Adams, Lee Richardson and Sebastian Ulamek as heat leaders. So a real tough test for the Bees tonight. They have Scott Nicholls, the skipper, at 1, number 2 Billy Gennaro, at 3 is Chris Harris, at 4 Ollie Allen, number 5 Rory Schlein, at 6 Christian Henry, and number 7 is Troy Batchelor. For the Robins, Lee Adams, the skipper, at 1, and number 2 Sebastian Alden, rider replacement. He's left the club. They have a 28-day facility for a rider withholding services, so that's at number 2. Number 3 is Adrian Miedzinski, number 4 Lee Richardson, at 5 is Sebastian Ulamek, number 6 Mads Corneliusson, and 7 is Renat Gafurov. Real tough test here for the Bees tonight. They managed to run the Pebbley Beach Robins aground here 3.5 weeks ago. They need a similar result here tonight. It's Coventry against Swindon in the Elite League. So here we go for Heat 1. It's Coventry against Swindon, Elite League B action tonight, and an important meeting and a difficult meeting for the Bees, who are without both of their regular reserves, and Swindon on a great run of 4 consecutive wins, so they may well fancy making it 5 here tonight and really emphasising their push towards the playoffs. Line up for Heat 1 for Coventry: Scott Nicholls and Billy Gennaro. Scott, a bronze medal winner from the World Cup over the weekend at Reading, and Billy Gennaro with the USA made the race off. For Swindon, Lee Adams, the skipper, in green, and Mads Corneliusson is the rider replacement in yellow. He's replacing Sebastian Alden, who recently left the club. 28-day facility for Swindon to cover for Alden, but they will need to make a new signing fairly soon, and they might not find it too easy either when the averages left to play with. So we'll see what they do. Alden's average currently 4.52. That might well go down further come the 1st of August, so they're going to find it hard to bring in a suitable replacement. But Corneliusson, the reserve, gets the rider replacement. I thought they might bring Gafurov into Heat 1 actually, to give him a first chance of seeing the track before the reserves race, but Aaron Rossiter going for Mads Corneliusson in yellow in this one. So Scott Nicholls in red off the inside, Lee Adams goes in green off gate 2, Billy Gennaro goes in blue off gate 3, and Mads Corneliusson in yellow off the outside. It was 51-43 to Coventry here 3.5 weeks ago. Dramatic last heat 5-1 from Scott Nicholls and Rory Schlein over Lee Adams and Sebastian Ulamek. It was a tough night for the Bees, that one, and this one could be just as tough, if not even harder. Count Scott Nicholls get them off to the best possible start in this first race. Nicholls won the toss, picked gates 1 and 3. Referee is Graham Reeve, and we're all set to go on this baking warm night at Brandon Stadium. Nicholls, Adams, Gennaro, Corneliusson, away they go, and it's a flying start there from Scott Nicholls and from Billy Gennaro. A Coventry at 1 and 2 at the back straight for the first time. Adams tries to go inside Gennaro and does, and moves through into a second place, but Scott Nicholls leads the way, and through goes Gennaro, charging inside Adams. That's a strong move there by Gennaro, and he's moved Adams aside, and Adams has to move over. In comes Corneliusson now, he drives into second. Nichols is racing away. It's Adams now moving Gennaro back to the back, so real drama in this first race. It's Nichols from Corneliuson with Adams in third and Gennaro at the back, and plenty of toing and throwing on that first lap there as Gennaro drove hard inside. Adams moved him over, but then Corneliuson drove through into second place and Adams retook the place. So it looks like being a shared heat in this first one, with plenty of action indeed, as Scott Nichols leads from Mads Corneliuson with Lee Adams in third place and Gennaro at the back. Adams really didn't make the start. Nichols locks up on the outside of turn one, still leads the race from Corneliuson. Adams in third with Gennaro at the back, so plenty of drama in the first race, but Scott Nichols gets the race win. Nichols wins from Mads Corneliuson with Lee Adams in third place, and at the back is Billy. Gennaro didn't really expect that to happen in the first race. Gennaro's bike is smoking rather worryingly as he comes over the start-finish line. Briefly, he was in second place there on that third and fourth bends. He drove hard inside Lee Adams, who found himself briefly at the back, but first in came Mads Corneliuson, then came Adams for the second and third places. No doubt about the race winner, plenty of drama behind. Scott Nichols wins heat one. It's Coventry 3, Swindon 3. So extra time allowed for Mads Corneliuson. The riders now on track for the second race, 3 apiece after heat 1. There's certainly been plenty of track watering taking place during the early evening, and a very grippy surface by the looks of things. We have the rare sight of Lee Adams scraping dirt off his leathers after heat 1, and certainly both he and Billy Gennaro very filled in indeed after that drama on the first lap or so. Scott Nichols was well away from all of that, but Mads Corneliuson second place, very useful indeed for Swindon, important for them. He was in position to really make up for the fact that Adams found himself in trouble on the first lap, and they escaped still with a shared heat. So here we go with race number 2, and it's the 2 Coventry guest riders with Christian Henry and Troy Batchelor, the number 8, going in red and blue. Corneliuson with the ride already might fancy his chances off the inside here in green, and Renat Gafurov goes in yellow. A young Russian with definitely a very interesting future ahead of him, and he has been scoring big points, particularly around the wide open spaces of Blunsdon. And we'll see what he makes of Brandon on his first appearance. Henry and Batchelor have both done well for Coventry when they've ridden here in recent weeks, but I think the opposition is somewhat tougher this time, and Corneliuson already with a good first ride under his belt. He'll fancy his chances. So Corneliuson green off the inside, Henry in red off gate 2, Gafurov yellow off gate 3, and Batchelor in blue off the outside. The green light's on from Graham Reeve and they're away, and it is a good start by Mads Corneliuson, but a better one by Christian Henry and by Batchelor, who goes flying around the outside. Now can Corneliuson drop it on the inside? Henry leads. It's Corneliuson second, and into third place goes Gafurov, who looks up right in front of Batchelor, goes across the corner, but it's still the Swindon boys second and third, but Christian Henry leads the race. Second place Mads Corneliuson, third is Gafurov. Batchelor at the back, and Batchelor trying hard now to try and make up ground on Gafurov, who's a bit wide on 2 and 3 occasions, but Swindon have managed to get past Troy Batchelor in the early stages. Good job being done so far there by Christian Henry. He leads for the Bees, looking good ahead of Mads Corneliuson. It's Gafurov in third place, and Gafurov being chased hard by Troy Batchelor for that third place, but Christian Henry once again doing a great guesting job here for the Bees in race number 2. Corneliuson getting a bit closer in second. It's Gafurov in third, not making too much ground, and Batchelor at the back. One last lap now for Corneliuson to try and make a move on Christian Henry. Tries to cut back on the inside, but a good quick line by Henry around the outside. He leads into 3 and 4 for the final time. It's Corneliuson second. Batchelor's come to a stop, but it's going to be a good race win here for the Bees, for Christian Henry. Good ride by the Aussie. Henry wins heat 2. Second place goes to Mads Corneliuson. Third is Renat Gafurov, and Troy Batchelor, who made a good start there in that one from the outside, couldn't quite hold it on the first 2 bends and dropped to the back, passed by both Corneliuson and Gafurov. So the first ride of Gafurov not particularly spectacular, but a good ride by Christian Henry to get the better of Mads Corneliuson, and the Bees, I'm sure before the meeting, would have taken a 3-3 from heat 2. That's what they've got, and it's Coventry 6, Swindon 6.
So the result of heat number 2, and Christian Henry was the winner in a time of 61.
Coventry 6, Swindon 6 after 2. We're going to race 3 with Chris Harris in red for the Bees. It's Ollie Allen in blue, Adrian Miedzinski goes in green, and Lee Richardson in yellow and black. Good battling World Cup by Bomber. Didn't really make the starts in the final, but was involved in a bit of controversy with Hans Andersen, which is always good to see. And Andersen's reaction to his exclusion was quite comical, to say the least. And Bomber once again would be better for the experience, and just needs to gate a bit more consistently in the top level. But you look at the strides he's made in the last couple of years, and he's definitely got a very bright future indeed. Ollie Allen goes in blue off the inside for Coventry. Adrian Miedzinski, who showed his ability to make good starts here 3 weeks ago. He's in green off gate 2. It's Chris Bomber Harris in red off gate 3 for the Bees, and off the outside in yellow it is Lee Richardson. 6 apiece after heat 2, and I think we could be in for a very close contest indeed tonight. This is heat 3. Allen, Miedzinski, Harris and Richardson. And the green light comes on again from Graham Reeve, and they're away, and it's a fine start by Chris Harris. Harris gets the first bend first, and so is Ollie Allen. He's taken Richardson wide at Coventry at 1 and 2 here at the moment. It's Harris from Allen. Harris has made plenty of ground in the early stages. Richardson goes to the back and goes really wide off turns 3 and 4 and gets filled in completely. So the Bees making good their escape here. Harris from Allen and Chris Harris absolutely carving up the field in race number 3. Ollie Allen runs a good second. It's Miedzinski in third, and where is Lee Richardson in the early ball. Ollie Allen locks up completely on turn 4, and there goes Miedzinski trying to dive through on the inside, but Ollie Allen gets back round the outside and retakes it. Chris Harris is charging away here with race number 3. Could be a quick time here for Harris. Harris leads from Allen. It's Miedzinski in third. Richardson is nowhere at the back, and I think will shortly change his setup completely for his second outing. It could be a big 5-1 here for the Bees. Harris from Allen. It's Miedzinski running a third, but there's no danger at all from Lee Richardson, and one impressive ride here by Chris Harris. I said he wasn't making gates. He made a flying gate, and he's carved the field away here. Great win for Bomber Harris. Second place is Ollie Allen. Third place Adrian Miedzinski with Lee Richardson at the back. Big 5-1 fare for the Bees in race number 3. And Chris Harris, well, gated gone, and he was gone. Ollie Allen accounted for Richardson on the first bend. Richardson went too wide on turns 3 and 4 and was never seen again. Brief challenge from Miedzinski wasn't enough, and the Bees take a big 5-1 from heat 3, and Chris Bomber Harris does 59.6 quicker than Scott Nichols. So a superb 5-1 there for Coventry in heat number 3. They lead by 11 points to 7. Well, some excellent gating so far tonight by the Bees riders. They lead by 11 points to 7. They could lead by more than that had they held some positions on turns 2 and 3, but it's still been a good start. Lead by 4 points, and here we go with race number 4. And that start by Chris Harris in heat 3 was, I think, one of the best of his career. Let's hope he can do some more of that tonight. It's Rory Schlein, Coventry's Australian. He goes in red here. Troy Batchelor goes in blue, fellow Australian, of course. It is Sebastian Ulamek. When you talk about fast skating, you think of Seb. He goes in green. And second ride for Renat Gafurov. He goes in yellow. Decent World Cup for Ulamek for the Poles. It was a disappointing campaign for them overall. And Rory Schlein rode in the first meeting in Ribnik. Didn't have a great one and was dropped in favour of Travis McGowan for Reading. I think the Aussies might be had second thoughts about that. Once, of course, the event had happened. And Rory Schlein just checking the green light once again. It's been a week or so since he's ridden here. And Troy Batchelor goes in blue off the inside for race number 4. It's Renat Gafurov in yellow off gate 2. Rory Schlein in red off gate 3, and off the outside in green, Sebastian Ulamek. Fast starting so far by Coventry. Nichols in heat 1, Henry in heat 2, Harris in heat 3. The red helmet colour has won all 3 heats so far. Can Rory Schlein make it 4 out of 4? Batchelor, Gafurov, Schlein and Ulamek. And start marshal's not happy with Sebastian Ulamek there. He's moving him into line now, so a delay at the start of race number 4, but they're ready now. And here we go with the green light on, and away they go. And Schlein lifts off gate 3, and Ulamek's going to... No, Schlein beats into the corner, and Schlein holds that first corner as well. And Schlein leads from Ulamek. He's blocked out by his teammate Gafurov completely there. Gafurov goes right across in front of his teammate Sebastian Ulamek there, and that's really blown his chance of getting to Schlein now. So it's Schlein for the Bees from Gafurov, with Ulamek now in third place and Batchelor at the back. But, well, Sebastian Ulamek there didn't make a great start. He was trying to go around his teammate, but Renat Gafurov was completely unaware he was there. and really did stop his teammates' chances. So Rory Stein's away here for the Bees in race number 4. Renat Gafurov in second place, really giving it some round the outside. I tell you what, Gafurov will score some points here tonight as this meeting goes on. He's really got this track wound up now as the Russian. Stein from Gafurov, Ulamek in third with Bachelor at the back, and Coventry will have to watch out for Gafurov in the later part of the meeting. He makes a start, he'll be hard to catch. He's really giving it some round the outside. Might kept the fence there, almost kept the fence, but just managed to extract himself. So Rory Stein coming round to win race number 4. Gafurov exploring every possible line to get second place. Third place goes to Ulamek with Troy Bachelor at the back once again. But boy oh boy, Renat Gafurov is one exciting rider, and he was trying every line there to try and get to Rory Stein, and if he makes a start tonight then he will be hard to catch, no question about that. But for Coventry it's four races and 4 heat winners as Rory Stein takes the victory from Gafurov and Ulamek, 3 apiece. Coventry 14, Swindon 10. Winded on 2 minutes for race number 5, Swindon declaring Renat Gafurov as the rider replacement, giving him 2 on the trot. I have to say that Graham Reeve, the referee, didn't allow much extra time because he slammed the 2 minutes on, and Gafurov was still chatting about the previous race with his team manager Alan Rossiter. He's still in the pits now with the 3 other riders heading for trackside, with Chris Bomber Harris, Ollie Allen and Lee Adams already on the circuit, and Gafurov's being quickly turned round in the pits at the moment to come back on the circuit for his 3rd ride of the meeting. But really didn't get much time, and Alan Rossiter just telling him exactly how he should be starting, and the indications from Heat 4 were that if Gafurov makes a good start then he's going to be hard to beat here. He's got 3 paid for from his first 2 rides. Had a brief spell last year with Oxford, as did several riders of course under the Wagstaff empire. Didn't work out there, as it didn't for several riders, as it didn't really for the club. But coming to Swindon early this season, and if it hadn't been really for the Continental or the Russian League commitments with Vostok Vladivostok, then he may well have scored even more points for Swindon, and they've definitely got a decent rider for the future, assuming that Swindon themselves have a future beyond 2007, with the intention of Gaming International to build a new smaller stadium on the Abbey Stadium site, and one that didn't include Speedway. So that's something that really has to be sorted out. I think Coventry preferred to find a smaller track at Blunsdon when they got there, because they simply can't get around the Abbey Stadium, certainly since Swindon have come back into the Elite League. But obviously it's not a venue we want to see lost to the sport, so hopefully some kind of compromise can be reached there. Heat 5 with Renat Gafurov in yellow off the inside here for the Swindon Robins. It's Chris Harris in red off gate 2. Lee Adams, who missed the start most uncharacteristically, he's in green off gate 3, and it's Ollie Allen off the outside. Adams, I say, running a 3rd place in his first race. That wasn't really like Lee Adams, as the green light comes on for race 5, and away they go, and it's a fast start this time by Gafurov and by Adams. Adams hits the front as Harris misses the start. Ollie tries to go around the outside, Harris tries to come through on the inside, needs to get that move done quickly on Gafurov, and Gafurov goes wide round the outside. Gafurov's trying to come round Harris here. Adams, I don't think he knows that Gafurov's there. Adams leads, Harris moves through in the 2nd place. Gafurov in 3rd with Aaron this time out the back. So Gafurov made a good start, but he couldn't quite hold his position. But Lee Adams looking much more like his usual self here in this race number 5, leading from Harris. Gafurov in 3rd, challenging hard in that 3rd place with Aaron this time at the back. And can he make a passing move on Gafurov? If Gafurov keeps going too wide, then Aaron might have a chance, but Gafurov has much more speed. He's almost at the fence there coming off turn 2. I think if Aaron keeps it on the inside, he might still get a chance here in these last 3 bends or so. Adams from Harris, Gafurov in 3rd, Aaron at the back, 1 lap to go. Looks like Lee Adams has resumed his winning ways here in race number 5. Being caught here by Chris Harris. Don't think Harris really has got the time to make the ground up. He's trying to round the outside on that last bend, but Lee Adams is the winner. 2nd place goes to Chris Harris. 3rd is Renat Gafurov with Ollie Allen at the back in that one. So for the first time, Swindon get a race winner, and they get a race advantage from that one of 4-2 to cut the gap back to 2 points. And really they both made the start, so Coventry in one sense escaped there as Chris Harris made it through into 2nd place on the first lap, but Gafurov held on for 3rd. So Swindon take a 4-2 from race 5, and the score now Coventry 16, Swindon 14.
So the result of heat number 5, and it's a winning group of Lee Adams. His running time was 59.
Good close contest so far. Coventry 16, Swindon 14. Here we go with race number 6. Scott Nichols and Billy Gennaro for the Bees, Sebastian Ulamek and Mads Corneliusson for the Robins. Corneliusson 4 points from 2 rides so far. Hasn't really done too much at Brandon on his previous appearances. previous appearance, I should say. 3 paid 5 from 5 rides. Coventry hoping for better from Billy Gennaro this time. Bit unfortunate in his first ride. He had second place for a while, but found himself shuffled out. And Nichols looked pretty fast and impressive in his first ride. So Billy Gennaro goes in blue off the inside for the Bees. Sebastian Ulemek goes in green off gate 2 for Swindon. It's Scott Nichols in red off gate 3 for the Bees, and off the outside in yellow it's Mads Corneliusson. And Mads Corneliusson digging in there on gate 4. Scott Nichols doing likewise on gate 3. Still waiting for Scott Nichols in that 3-gate position, a race winner in his first ride. And Coventry so far with 4 race wins tonight, but the gap just 2 points, 16 over 14. After that 4-2 from Adams and Gafferoff in race number 5. And still waiting for Scott Nichols there in gate 3. Gennaro has the inside. It's Ulemek on 2, Nichols on 3, and Corneliusson on gate 4. Can Coventry extend their advantage in this race number 6, or will Swindon fight back further with a fast start from Ulemek? 5 heats gone, 16 over 14. And we are ready now, finally, after a long delay, for race number 6. And away they go after a short hold from the referee, and a flying start by Nichols and by Gennaro. It is Coventry 1 and 2. Corneliusson tries to blast around the outside. Ulemek tries to come through on the inside. They go either side there of Gennaro. And really, Coventry should have been in a 5-1 situation there. Gennaro goes back inside into 3rd place, but Corneliusson is driving around the outside. And Gennaro needs this 3rd place, and he's currently hasn't got it. He's trying to push Corneliusson wide. He's trying to really move him over, but he can't do so. It's Nichols with the advantage from Ulemek. It's Corneliusson in 3rd place, and Gennaro out the back, and Corneliusson currently holding a very useful 3rd place indeed for Swindon. Gennaro flew out at the start there with Nichols, but he couldn't hold it on the back straight. The Robins riders went either side of Billy Gennaro, and he's at the back once again now, trying to make a move on Corneliusson. Ulemek's got the safe second. Gennaro dives into turns 3 and 4, tries to get that 3rd place off Corneliusson, tries to move him over down the inside. Here comes Billy Gennaro, but he can't get the move done. The bike's just not quick enough. Now he's trying to go around the outside. Now can he come back? It's still Nichols from Ulemek. It's Corneliusson in 3rd place. Gennaro, one last effort around the outside here by Gennaro, but it's not going to work. It's going to be a 3-3 in race number 6. It should have been a Coventry 5-1. Nichols wins it from Sebastian Ulemek, with Mads Corneliusson in 3rd place and Billy Gennaro at the back. And he had the gate there with Nichols, and they went either side up the back straight. Ulemek on the inside, Corneliusson around the outside, and try as he might, Billy Gennaro couldn't push his way through on the inside of Mads Corneliusson. So Scott Nichols keeps his winning ways going, but what could have been a 5-1 to Coventry turns into a 3-3, and Swindon very much still in this meeting. Scott Nichols, 2 rides, 2 wins. Coventry 19, Swindon 17. So heat 7 approaching the start, 19-17 to the Bees as they come onto the track for this one. Rory Schlein, Christian Henry, Adrian Miedzinski and Lee Richardson. Plenty of bike warming taking place in the pits. I can tell you the bike warming really is coming in the Billy Gennaro camp. He of course is out in race number 8, which Coventry are going to need some points out of him from. I'm sure he's going to change bikes for that one. Question is about heat 7. What are we going to see from Lee Richardson after a disappointing first ride? What's he going to make from his second up against Rory Schlein and Christian Henry, and partnered by Adrian Miedzinski? So Swindon have 1 and 3 for this race number 7, with Miedzinski in green off the inside. Schlein goes in red off gate 2. Richardson in yellow off gate 3, and off the outside in blue it's Christian Henry. Always going to be tough for the Bees tonight without Martin Smolinski, without Pavel Hleb. They've built so much of their success in the last 18 months or so on having 2 high-scoring reserves. They've had it for most of this season with Ollie Allen for the first part of the season, along with Martin Smolinski. He wasn't quite up to the form we expected, but was still scoring points and was really beginning to strike form in the last few weeks before this unfortunate bout of concussion, which could well put him out of Wednesday night at Arena and Thursday at home to Bellevue. And that Arena match is definitely a must-win for the Bees. Miedzinski then on the inside for Swindon. Schlein on gate 2, Richardson's on gate 3, Henry is on the outside. This is heat 7 with Coventry in front by 2 points, and away they go. It's a fast start there from the Swindon boys, Mierzinski and Richardson. Richardson goes wide, he's got the better of Schlein there off the first corner. Schlein tries to come through on the inside, Richardson will keep it wound on round the outside there. Mierzinski blocks him, Schlein almost into the back of Mierzinski, that's cost him all momentum. Can he get through on the inside of Richardson? He can do. Mierzinski leads then from Schlein. It's Richardson in third place with Christian Henry in the back this time, but Adrian Mierzinski, we've seen the poles in the past, really taking to the Coventry track. He made a great start there, and Schlein had to work hard to get the better of Richardson early on, but Swindon, if they get a 4-2 here, they'll level the scores with 7 heats going. They have a heat 8 looking at them, which could be very good indeed, because they'll help Mierzinski taking the rider replacement ride. Mierzinski then from Schlein, Richardson in third place, Henry this time struggling at the back. 1 lap to go for Adrian Mierzinski. Schlein has managed to recover second place after making a poor start that time. It's Richardson in third place with Henry at the back, and the Swindon Robins are going to fight back here in race number 7 with another 4-2 to go level on the night as Adrian Mierzinski wins race number 7 from Rory Schlein. Third place is Lee Richardson with Christian Henry at the back. 4-2 Swindon for the second time in 3 races. We are all level at 21 points apiece, and with Adrian Mierzinski and Bernard Gaffarov coming out in race number 8 against a pointless Billy Gennaro and a pointless Troy Batchelor, you have to say that the Swindon Robins could well be in front in 1 race's time. Good win there for Mierzinski, second for Schlein. It's Coventry 21, Swindon 21. So Coventry 21, Swindon 21. Hands up, who's looking forward to heat 8? Billy Gennaro, no score from 2 rides. Troy Batchelor, no score from 2 rides. Adrian Mierzinski has just won heat 7. He's out as the rider replacement. And Bernard Gaffarov with 4 paid 5 from 3 rides. On paper, this could easily be a 5-1 to Swindon and could take them in front for the first time tonight. Coventry looking for something better than that, looking for something better from Billy Gennaro, who was so impressive here against Arena Essex in that hammering of the hammers a couple of weeks ago, and also plenty of exciting rides in the World Cup, and was most unlucky in the race-off to only score 3 points. He was worth far more than that. But Coventry now need a big ride here from the American, who has failed to score from his first 2 rides, has looked slow in those 2 outings, particularly the second one, and I wouldn't be at all surprised if he has, in fact I'm sure he's changed his bike, because there's a very dirty one currently in the pits, so I think that Gennaro will have changed his bike here for race number 8, and let's hope this one hooks up. He was so good in the arena match. Gaffarov then goes in yellow off the inside for Swindon. It's Batchelor in blue off the inside for Coventry. Mierzinski in green for Swindon, and Gennaro in red off the outside for the Bees. At the tapes for race number 8, and a vital 1-on-1 which Swindon could well take points out of. The green light comes on, they're away, and it's a fine start. The red lights go on. It's a 2-final start there by Troy Batchelor and also Adrian Mierzinski as the red lights come straight on. Red lights were on very early indeed there, and we await the verdict of the referee, Graham Rave. I suspect an unsatisfactory start, all 4 back, but we'll wait for confirmation on that. All 4 back called by the referee. That's given Gennaro the chance to get a bit of mechanical adjustment, which is good news for the Bees. Nothing like doing a genuine racing start to find out exactly how good or not things are, and just having his machine attended to there by his one of his mechanics, and now heading back to the start line. Bit of breeze going around Brandon Stadium now. It has been such a hot day, it's been such a hot spell really in the last few weeks. Not good for track preparation at several venues. We've seen dust bowls up and down the country in the World Cup, right down to the Conference League. But Brandon Stadium throughout the summer, it has been a hot summer since the early part of June, we have not seen dust, we've seen a well-watered circuit, and we've generally seen very good racing indeed, so it can be done. A few clubs, a few tracks that ought to be looking at the track preparation here at Coventry for how to prepare a track without dust in the summer, and also a good racing surface. It was a blessing for Reading at the World Cup final. There was a thunderstorm in the afternoon that cut the dust down. Even so, the racing in the final wasn't the greatest. There was plenty of drama and controversy though to make up for that. Rerun of race number 8 then, as I say, could be a good one here for Swindon. Gafarov being moved across on the inside in yellow. Batchelor goes in blue off gate 2. It's Miedzinski in green off gate 3, and off the outside is Billy Gennaro in red. I said Gafarov was being moved over. I didn't think he'd move over right from the gate 2 intersection right to the inside, and meanwhile Miedzinski is also being shifted on the start marshal. I'm not sure that Swindon really need all this fun and games at the start. I think they're favourites for the race anyway. Here we go for the rerun of race number 8. Very short hold by Graham Reeve. Away they go. Flying start by Billy Gennaro, out by Troy Batchelor. Well, that's a real shocker. Miedzinski missed it completely, and Gennaro is racing away now from Batchelor. Miedzinski in third, and Gafarov's going to give it the big blast around the outside here, around turns 3 and 4. But that is a complete setup for the books there as Gafarov goes round Batchelor, and through on the inside comes Miedzinski. And Miedzinski, I'm not sure realised the fact that Gafarov is there, but he is there. They've got on the side of Batchelor, but meanwhile Gennaro is still in the march in the early stages. Gafarov's going to keep it wound up around the outside. If he keeps it going, he'll catch Gennaro here. He's got 2 laps to catch him. Gennaro from Gafarov. Miedzinski in third. Gafarov going wider and wider, trying to get up to Gennaro, who needs to watch it outside here, not the inside. Gafarov certainly won't go for the inside. He'll go straight for the outside. What a fantastic ride here by Gafarov, right round the balls. Gennaro holds the inside, and Gafarov's gone straight round him. Gennaro tries to ride him wide again, and Gafarov has gone straight round him, and you can see it coming a mile off. What a fantastic ride there by Gafarov. The Russian star shows what he's made of there. Brilliant stuff by Gafarov. Here comes Miedzinski on the inside. Gennaro gets the second, but that is absolutely fantastic there by Gafarov. Absolutely sensational. You can see him winding himself up for a couple of laps there and simply creamed it round the outside. Chris Harris style there from Renat Gafarov and Billy Gennaro. And when he saw him coming around the outside, but he simply couldn't hold on as Renat Gafarov there goes from last to first in race number 8. That, you have to say, is one of the best rides we've seen all season here at Brandon. The Russian is certainly a rider with a big future. He's got no fear. He stuck it in the dirt, rolled round the outside and gets a brilliant race victory. Gafarov wins it from Gennaro. Third place coming through is Miedzinski. 4-2 Swindon. They're going from by 25 over 23. So Coventry, most unusually, behind at home, 23-25. And here we go with Heat 9, Chris Harris, Ollie Allen, Sebastian Ulemek and Mads Corneliusson. But one thing is for sure, Swindon are themselves a real crowd pleaser in Renat Gafarov. And you only have to admire the drive he made around the outside there of Billy Gennaro in Heat 8. Bearing in mind that they'd been completely out-trapped by both Coventry riders, and they first went either side of Troy Batchelor, so it really was absolutely stunning stuff by Renat Gafarov, and he will have more rides tonight, no question about that. I could see from his early rides he was weighing the track up, and there's some great drive around the outside. He's got the speed and he showed he could use it. Now can Coventry hit back? Seb Ulemek on the inside in green for Heat 9, Ollie Allen in blue off gate 2 for the Bees. It's Mads Corneliusson, he's done a good job so far for Swindon. He's in yellow off gate 3, and Chris Bomber Harris goes in red off the outside for the Bees. 25-23 in Swindon's favour. They won at Wolverhampton on a tricky, wet, damp track a couple of weeks ago. They've won at Arena Essex, where everyone's been winning in recent weeks. And they've won their recent home matches too. And Swindon are emerging as real contenders. And depending on who they get to replace Oldham, they could have a big say in this title race this season. Ulemek, Allen, Corneliusson and Harris for race number 9, with Swindon in front by 2 points, and the green light comes on from Graham Reeve and they're away, and that is a fast start there by Ollie Aaron and by Chris Harris. Now can Aaron hold that first bit and let Harris go around the outside, because Ulemek will try and come through on the inside. Harris goes from third to first. Important move there by Chris Harris, because Aaron didn't quite have the pace of Ulemek trying to cut through on the inside, but it's still Coventry 1 and 3, and here comes Ollie Aaron trying to make a move around the outside, and he tries to get past Sebastian Ulemek. He's gone really wide there, and Corneliusson might come through on the inside, but Ollie Aaron's wound up and Ulemek just about blocks him, and Aaron's still trying to go around the outside. He might need to cut back, but it's still Harris trying to get his teammate round. He's trying to block Ulemek. Ulemek blocks at Harris and Aaron again. Great race here at 9. Aaron screws on around the outside, tries to cut back. I don't think he'll quite make it now. Harris leads from Ulemek. It's Aaron in third place and Cornelius at the back. What a race here in race number 9. It's settled down now to being a 4-2 to the Bees. It's Harris with the advantage from Ulemek, with Aaron in third place and Mads Cornelius at the back. An important move by Sebastian Ulemek to block Oliver Owen on the first and second laps. He's going to get a second place here for Swindon. Palmer Harris with the race win. He was trying to get Aaron through for second. Harris wins it. Second is Seb Ulemek. Third place goes to Ollie Allen. At the back it is Mads Corneliusson. We've seen some cracking racing here tonight, and it's all square once again at 27 points apiece. And that was some battle there. Harris, Ulemek and Allen really giving it some in race number 9, and a 4-2 in the end, with Harris taking his second race win of the meeting. And it's all square after heat 9, and so much more drama to come. Coventry 27, Swindon 27. Bit of a panic in the Swindon pits over Adrian Miedzinski with the clock counting down, and just 1 minute to go as he is turned round in the pits at the moment to come out for race number 10 alongside Lee Richardson, with Scott Nichols and Billy Gennaro racing for the Bees. And ever alert cameraman Mark Cowley, aka Papa B, he spotted in heat number 7 the fact that Lee Richardson was not at all happy with Adrian Miedzinski, who won the race, but Richardson felt that Miedzinski had taken his line on turns 3 and 4, allowing Rory Schlein through for second place. So we're going to watch and see if there's any team riding here by the Swindon duo in this race number 10, with the clock winding down on Adrian Miedzinski and Lee Richardson, who's not had much of a night so far, just 1 point from 2 rides. They are both coming up to tapes for race number 10. So on the inside in yellow it is Lee Richardson for Swindon. Billy Gennaro goes in blue off gate 2 for the Bees. It's Adrian Miedzinski in green off gate 3 for Swindon, and off the outside in red it is Scott Nichols. Nichols unbeaten so far, and after 9 races of tonight's meeting, Nichols is the only unbeaten rider tonight. We've already seen 7 riders win races tonight in the first 9 heats. It really has been good competitive stuff. It was always going to be a tough one here for the Bees. It could pretty much go either way. So it is Richardson, Gennaro, Miedzinski and Nichols in this 10th race of the night, and it's Scott Nichols who is just holding things up on the outside there. Now he comes into line, and an important race here for the Bees skipper. And can Billy Gennaro get something with him if he can hold the position if he makes the gate? Heat number 10, scores level, 27 points apiece. Green light and go, and away Nichols lifts off gate 4. He's missed the start. Gennaro's made it once again. Gennaro made a great start. Now can Nichols go in between the two? Swindon riders, he's got past one, and Gennaro tries to block Miedzinski. And can Nichols come diving through on the inside? He does, so he moves Miedzinski over. Miedzinski is in a complete tangle there with Gennaro, and it's Coventry 1 and 2. Miedzinski has come to a stop. Miedzinski didn't enjoy that at all. He was blocked completely by Nichols and Gennaro, and now it's Gennaro, Nichols, Richardson and Miedzinski has come to a stop. I don't know why he's come to a stop. He was not happy about what happened on turn 4, but surely you have to race on. You race to the lights, and there were no lights in Coventry in front, and away for possibly a 5-1 here. Gennaro again made the start. Nichols missed the start completely, but he went past the most out of touch Richardson on the first lap, and then he dived through on the inside as Gennaro blocked Miedzinski, who's in the way here coming off turn 4. Needs to clear the track and does so now, and it's Coventry on the way to a big 5-1 in race number 10. It's Gennaro and Nichols, well clear of Richardson, who looks way down on power tonight. It is Billy Gennaro who's going to rescue his night surely in this race number 10. Nichols comes through on the inside, and a bit of unusual team running there as Nichols spins it from Gennaro, with Richardson third and Miedzinski at the back. And we'll wait and see whether there's any phone call from Alan Rossiter to the referee Graham Reeve, but I really have to say it was a hard move there on turns 3 and 4 by Nichols and Gennaro, but they managed to shuffle Miedzinski to the back, and they're not really too sure why Adrian Miedzinski just came to a stop and gestured at the referee. No need for that, he could have ridden on. He's not happy at all, Adrian Miedzinski, comes back into the pits. The Bees celebrate a 5-1, Scott Nichols and Billy Gennaro, but Adrian Miedzinski comes back into the pits, and it'll be interesting to see what his reaction is. Straight on the right there, Miedzinski, not happy at all. Richardson not happy either. Coventry very happy indeed. They get a 5-1, and they go into the interval in front by 4 points. It's Coventry 32, Swindon 28, and Alan Rossiter is on the phone to the referee right now. Obviously not happy with what happened there on turns 3 and 4, but once the race rolls on, there's no way it's going to be stopped. And Billy Gennaro puts his hand out. High five with Peter Oakes. He's finally done one. To be fair, he's made the start every time tonight. That time he held it, and it was a decent move on turns 3 and 4 to block out Adrian Miedzinski. Miedzinski was blocked completely. Nichols came driving through, and Alan Rossiter can complain on the phone all he likes, but he won't get a change of mind from Graham Reeve. And Coventry go into the interval 4 points in front, leading by 32 points to 28. So back after the interval, Coventry 32, Swindon 28, 5 heats to go, and really could go either way. Rory Schlein for the Bees goes in red, Christian Henry is in blue, it's Lee Adams in green, and the rider replacement is Mads Corneliusson. It'll be interesting to see whether they're going to put Gafferoff in heat 12 in place of Corneliusson. Corneliusson's not done much to deserve being pulled out of a race, but that may well be the call here by... In fact, I'm a little bit surprised, to be honest, that Rossiter has not gone for Gafferoff in 11, 12 and 14. The way he rode in heat 8. But it is, having said that, a very hot night indeed. Bit of breeze going round now, but would have thought he might have wanted to maximise Gafferoff the way he's currently going. Especially on a night where neither Ullamek nor Richardson has yet won a race, which is a big surprise. So Schlein goes in red for the Bees on the inside. It's Corneliusson in yellow off gate 2, Henry in blue off gate 3, and Adams goes in green off the outside. Here we go with race number 11, and 4 points the difference. Can the Bees extend that or keep it as it is? They go away now. It's a good start by Lee Adams. Rory Schlein tries to come across. It's Swindon in first and third at the moment. It's Adams from Schlein with Corneliusson running a third, and Henry at the back, and Lee Adams is racing clear now in this race number 11. Adams from Schlein, Corneliusson is in third place and fairly close at the moment to Schlein for that second spot. Henry this time at the back, so Adams good start and he leads away. Schlein second, it's Corneliusson third, Henry at the back, and pretty spread out now in this race number 11, so Swindon could trim a couple of points back here in this one, and can they hit back still further in race 12? Coventry, of course, struggling with their reserves off the pace. Henry a good win in heat 2, but apart from that, he's going to run 2 last places. It's Adams round 3 and 4 for the third time ahead of Schlein. Corneliusson the important third. They've always reserved have picked up good points tonight, and Henry out the back. 1 lap to go, and Lee Adams on that final lap. It's Schlein in second, has caught him during the race, but not by enough. Corneliusson in third place with Henry at the back, so Lee Adams wins race number 11 for Swindon, and they pull back a couple of points there. Adams from Schlein, third place Corneliusson, Christian Henry at the back, 4-2 to Swindon, and they cut the gap from 4 to 2. It goes to 34-32, and there are still nervous times to come for Coventry, with reserves involved in heats 12 and 14, and of course Adams involved in 13 and 15. So a lot to do yet. 4 heats to go. Coventry 34, Swindon 32.
So the top then of heat number 11, and winning green for the Adams.
So rather as we thought they might, Swindon replace Corneliusson with Gafferoff in heat 12. He partners with Miedzinski, and it's crucial for Coventry that Chris Harris wins this one. He has 8 points from 3 rides so far. He cannot afford to find himself behind the Swindon duo in this race number 12. Chris Harris in red off the inside for the Bees. Renat Gafferoff in yellow off gate 2. It's Troy Batchelor in blue off gate 3, and Adrian Miedzinski goes in green off the outside. And one thing's for sure, if Gafferoff finds himself behind Harris, he'll certainly give it a go. That's what we've seen so far tonight. So a vital one here for Chris Bomber Harris, and would help the Bees immensely if the Swindon duo got themselves into any kind of a tangle and Troy Batchelor could come in and snatch a point, because just 2 points in it, and a big heat 13 on the way as well. Here we go there for 12 first of all, as away they go, and it is a good start. Oh, the red lights go on as Batchelor made a flyer. Batchelor made a great start, but the red lights have come on, and that is very frustrating indeed there for the Bees. Batchelor's start ruled too good by referee Graham Reeve. Batchelor was out there with Harris, but the red lights came on from referee Graham Reeve, so he's not happy with the start, obviously.
Referees all that unsatisfactory start. Start then with all 4.
And he has called a restart with all 4 riders, so they'll come around and do it all again for heat number 12. Taking the time to come back into line for race number 12, the rerun with Chris Harris going in red off the inside, Renat Gafferoff in yellow off gate 2, it's Troy Batchelor blue off gate 3, and Adrian Miedzinski in green off the outside. Batchelor made a great start first time, but can he do the same this time? And hopefully the referee won't put the red lights on. Miedzinski really angled across from that gate number 4 as the green light comes on, and away they go, and it's a good start. Oh, there's a lifting bandy, it's Gafarov, and Coventry away. Gafarov has pounded the fence there, completely out of control there, but Gafarov. That was a very fearsome fall indeed. He was completely out of shape as he left the start line, and he's hit the first bend fence with some force there, and let's hope he's okay. The young Russian who's produced so much entertainment here tonight, he lifted coming off the start line, and he was out of control all the way to the corner, and he's hit the fence really hard indeed. Very unusual kind of incident that was, and let's hope he's okay, because he really did clobber that fence coming into the bend. I hope the air fence there has done its job, because Renat Gafarov there, he lifted really badly. He seemed to almost have it under control as he got the bike down. Miedzinski had missed the gate, so he was really out of the way, and Gafarov was some way behind, but he then seemed to twist again, and he went down really awkwardly into the fence, and now receiving attention is Renat Gafarov. And he's got up, which is very good to see, because he went over at a rotten angle there, Renat Gafarov. We can see it from the outside of turn 1 here. You can just see his body into the air fence and up on the air fence, but I think the air fence there has done a cracking job there for Renat Gafarov. The Russian has provided so much spectacular action tonight, and well, that was quite a fearsome tumble indeed. I'm sure he's done some damage to his bike. The air fence will need some running repairs done to it too, but great to see Renat Gafarov making his way back to the pits. Just bringing Renat Gafarov's bike back, or what's left of it, back into the pits, and as I suspected, the front wheel is what's taken the major impact there. It's just gone straight into the fence. It was a bizarre incident, because it did look like he got it under control, but then it threw him off again, and the bike has really bent and damaged, and Gafarov wasn't too keen on the idea of going to the medical room. He's been persuaded to do so. He's of course excluded from the rerun, but that bike, I don't think we'll see too much more action tonight, as it is dragged by 2 men back into the pits. So has the meeting just turned ever so slightly in Coventry's favour there in Heat 12 with that fall for Gafarov? He's out of the medical room. To be fair, he looked a bit second hand, and his bike is about his very third hand, so will we see him in Heat 14. In the meantime, Swindon have just 1 rider in Heat 12, a race where they may have hoped to sneak a 4-2 based on recent results, and now it's imperative from Coventry's point of view that Harris beats Miedzinski, who is outgated on both occasions this race has been stopped, and gets his 3rd race win of the night. And obviously Batchelor will get at least a 3rd place, although he himself had out-trapped Miedzinski the first time, and Miedzinski has not shown much inclination for passing people tonight when he hasn't made the gate. So the ideal for Coventry would be for Batchelor and Harris to let Batchelor go, block Miedzinski and give Coventry a 5-1, but life is never as easy as that. But it's going to be a little bit easier with no Gafarov there, and he is still being attended to in the pits at the moment after one of the more spectacular falls we've seen this season. So coming into line for the rerun of race number 12 with Chris Harris in red off gate 1, no rider gate 2, Troy Batchelor blue off gate 3, and Adrian Miedzinski, he's in green off the outside, and the green light comes on, and away they go, and it's a good start once again by Batchelor and by Harris. Coventry are away at 1 and 2 here, and Miedzinski gives it a big blast around the outside, and can Batchelor block him there? No, he can't. Miedzinski is roaring around the outside, but Harris has seen him coming, and then Batchelor drives back inside Miedzinski, and can he hold the corner there? He can hold the corner. That's a fantastic ride there by Troy Batchelor, but Miedzinski drives back inside Batchelor. Harris, whilst all this is going on, he has the lead. Batchelor is working hard to try and get to Miedzinski for that to 2nd place. If he gets to 3rd, that's still not too bad for the Bees. And again, he drives inside and he hits him. He hits him there on turn 4, and Miedzinski won't like that at all. And Batchelor really now needs to settle down and claim this third place for the Bees, which will at least put them 4 points in front. Adrian Miedzinski didn't like the treatment he got in the previous race from Nichols and Gennaro, so he won't like this at all. But Chris Harris leads on to his final lap. He's away from all the carnage. Miedzinski in 2nd place. Batchelor is going to get his 1st point in the night in 3rd after a really determined ride. But Chris Harris is going to make it 3 wins out of 4. The bomber is flying along tonight. Chris Harris wins race number 12 ahead of Adrian Miedzinski, with Troy Batchelor in 3rd place, gets his 1st point of the meeting. It could be a crucial point as well. as well. Coventry take a 4-2 from heat number 12, and my Adrian Mierdyski's been in the walls tonight. First in heat 10 with Nichols and Gennaro, and then there with Batchelor, but he's got the second place for Swindon, so there's 4 points in it now with 3 heats to go, and much could yet depend on whether Gafferoff can ride in 14, and if he can, what bike he can ride. We'll have to wait and see on that one. Meanwhile, Chris Bomber Harris in great form tonight, 11 out of 12 for Chris Harris, and Coventry lead by 38 points to 34. Big showdown time here, heat 13, Scott Nichols, Rory Schlein, Lee Adams and Sebastian Ullebach. The same lineup we had for heat 15 in the league match here 3.5 weeks ago. And meanwhile, a bit of a conundrum for Peter Oakes in the pits concerning heat 14. Does he pull out Christian Henry, who won heat 2 but has not done much since then, and bring in Troy Batchelor, who is gating and did look much faster in that race? Big conundrum there for Peter Oakes. Big decision. But first of all, what are we going to see in 13? Nichols unbeaten so far, but facing Adams for the second time tonight. Ullebach, who hasn't really made a start all night, he's in yellow, and Rory Ruboy Schlein is in blue off the outside. This is going to be a real close contest. Heat 13, and Coventry still got this narrow lead, 38 over 34. And they could do with not dropping any points here to the Robins in 13. 14 sees Allen and whichever reserve Beat have against Richardson and either Gafferoff or Corneliuson. In theory, it should be a race win for Richardson, but based on form so far tonight, you would have to wonder. The track has slickened off since the first few races, and Allen has beaten Richardson once tonight. And then, of course, 15 is likely to be a similar lineup to this one, probably with Bomber Harris in, with Nichols, Adams and probably Ullebach, simply because they don't have much else in support. 38-34. Gafferoff is still being worked on in the pits. He's got his race top off at the moment, but he looks reasonably okay, so I think we might yet see him in heat 14. We'll have to see on that one. But this is 13, the clash of the big guns. Adams on the inside, Nichols gate 2, Ullebach gate 3, Schlein on the outside, and 4 points in it with 3 heats to go. They are certainly taking their time at the start line for race number 13, but Adams has that inside gate, which could be oh so crucial. Away they go, Nichols and Adams has outgated Nichols, so is Sebastian Ullebach. Nichols tries to cut back on the inside, but it's Swindon 1 and 2. It's Ullebach round the outside, it's Adams in there with him, and now Nichols going to come from the back, Schlein out the back, but Sebastian Ullebach come out with a big start, and the Adams lets him go around the outside, and this could be a big one here for Swindon in race number 13. Nichols goes to the back as Ullebach flies around the outside with Adams. It's Schlein in third place and Scott Nichols at the back, and they couldn't come up with a big start when it was required, and Ullebach has not made really a start all night, but he made it in this one, and he's being held up and helped by his partner Lee Adams, with Schlein in third place and Nichols that can make no impression, and this will be a big one here for Swindon in race number 13. They're going to come right back into contention with 2 heats to go. Ullebach rolls around the outside, Adams in there with him, and Sebastian Ullebach, who can make the big start just when he needs to. He made it there. It's Ullebach and Adams team riding their way home ahead of Rory Schlein and Scott Nichols, and it's going to be 2 heats to go, all level, as the Swindon Robins take maximum points from race number 13 from Sebastian Ullebach and Lee Adams ahead of Rory Schlein and Scott Nichols. 5-1 to Swindon. It is 39 points apiece, and now big decision time concerning heat 14. That was not the result Coventry wanted at all in heat 13. We saw Scott Nichols 3 rides and 3 wins, but last place in heat 13. Ullebach, who hasn't won a race all night, flew off the gate with Lee Adams. They raced away for a 5-1, and now big decisions for 14 for both team managers. Coventry 39, Swindon 39. So 2 heats to go, 39 points apiece. A couple of changes, as we expected might be the case. Coventry have replaced Martin Smolinski, they replaced Martin Smolinski's replacement, Christian Henry, with Troy Batchelor. That's the way it works. And So Troy Batchelor, who ran a good third place and looked on the pace in heat 12, he gets the nod here. And Swindon, no gaffer off in this one. So Mads Corneliusson comes in. Lee Richardson up against Ollie Allen, Troy Batchelor and Mads Corneliusson. Grand Prix rider Lee Richardson with 2 points from 3 rides so far. Surely Lee Richardson will win this race number 14 for Swindon. We will see. Batchelor on the inside in blue, Richardson in green off gate 2, Allen goes in red off gate 3, and Corneliusson, he goes in yellow off the outside. 2 heats to go. Coventry 39, Swindon 39, and just how costly could that 5-1 in heat 13 be that Swindon took? And Coventry have thrown away several points after making good starts here tonight, and they're going to have to stop Adams and Ulemek in heat number 15. Last heat decided here, whatever happens, but how are we going to go into it? Can Richardson put Swindon into the last race? Level or even in front if Corneliusson gets points. Green light comes on and away they go, and Batchelor's made a reasonable start, but Richardson helped make the corner. Now can Allen go around the outside? Corneliusson tries to cut through. It's so far level, but here goes Allen around the outside, and that's a great ride there by Ollie Allen to go around the outside of Richardson. Batchelor in third, needs to hold that third place. Richardson back on the inside of Allen. Allen lifts down the main straight. Richardson regains the lead. It's Allen in second place. It's Batchelor in third, and Allen really chasing hard after Lee Richardson. Corneliusson's on the back, so Batchelor needs not do anything silly. He's got a third place here, and down on the back there goes Mads Corneliusson. Now will he get up? That's the question. Down is Corneliusson. He has managed to get back on his bike again. It's Richardson from Allen with Batchelor in third place, and Corneliusson has remounted. So we're going to go to the last race. It looks like all level, and Lee Richardson, he is going to bring Swindon home in heat number 14 after a nightmare night so far. Richardson with the advantage from Allen. It's Batchelor in third place. Corneliusson is going around half a lap behind after falling on turns 3 and 4. It's going to be all square with 1 heat to go. Lee Richardson coming round for the victory for the Robins. It's second place going there to Ollie Allen, third place Troy Batchelor. At the back is Mads Corneliusson. Great effort there by Ollie Allen on the first lap, trying to get round the outside of Lee Richardson, but Richardson just made it back through on the inside. Corneliusson fell on the second lap, so it goes down to a last heat decider, all square at 42 points apiece, and really you can't call it, but Swindon, after taking a 5-1 from 13, will definitely fancy their chances. Coventry 42, Swindon 42. So it goes down to a last heat decider. Coventry 42, Swindon 42. What a meeting this has been. Whichever way the result ends up, it really has been a fantastic advert for Elite League Speedway. 2 very evenly matched sides going at it, hammer and tongs. You have to say that the absence of Martin Smolinski and also Pavel Hleb for the Bees has been very costly indeed. Certainly on the form that Smolinski was showing. But of course, part of winning in the Elite League is also about coping when you have riders missing. So far Coventry have done that this season in 2 or 3 home matches, but Swindon have provided a very stern test indeed, and always that feeling, that big 5-1 in 13 from Adams and Ulemek, which was a bit of a surprise because Ulemek hadn't really looked like it at that stage. That might prove costly for Coventry, but there is still a big but, there is still a chance of all results here tonight at 42 points apiece. Line-up for 8:15, Lee Adams, Swindon win the toss. Lee Adams goes in green off the inside, gate 1. Scott Nichols for the Coventry Bees in red off gate 2 with 3 wins and a last place. In yellow off gate 3, Sebastian Ulemek, who hadn't done much in his first 3 rides, but then got his gating together in race number 13 and flew off the start to partner Adams to a 5-1. He's in gate 3, and off the outside, the man who of these 4 is the top scorer so far tonight, Chris Harris, with 11 points from 4 rides. The bomber needs to find a real start off the outside in this one. As I say, great advert for the Elite League tonight. And whilst a big win for Coventry against Arena a couple of weeks ago boosted their league position by 65 points to 29, when you look at entertainment value and value for money for the supporters, this one has been several leagues higher than that. But of course, home fans want to see their side win, and if they're going to win tonight, they're going to need a heat advantage over Lee Adams and Sebastian Ulemek in this crucial race number 15. Adams on the inside, Nichols on gate 2, Ulemek is on gate 3. Harris is very focused indeed off the outside. Can Coventry make the gate? They were gating so well early on. Swindon have hit back, And can the Robins get their third straight away win? We'll find out in a minute or so as the green light comes on, and away they go. And it is a good start by Scott Nichols. Ullemek split them first, and Nichols needs to come inside Ullemek. Ullemek round the outside. Harris goes right Adams. Now comes Nichols, block Ullemek. Ullemek leads for Swindon. It's Nichols in second place, Harris in third, and here comes Scott Nichols on the inside, and here comes Lee Adams on the inside. Great race here. It's Ullemek from Nichols. It's Harris in third with Adams out the back. So what's going to happen now? Can Sebastian Ullemek bring it home for Swindon, and can Chris Harris hang on to third place? It would be a draw if it stays like that, but Adams has 2 laps to try and pass Harris. Ullemek got the lead. Great start by him. It's Nichols in second place, Harris in third. He's got just over a lap and a half to go, and Adams now tries to go around the outside of Harris. Adams is gaining ground, and can Lee Adams win this one for Swindon on the last lap? It's Ullemek from Nichols. It's Harris in third. Here comes Adams, the blast around the outside. He's coming round Harris, but Harris is blocking again. Adams switches to the inside. Harris blocks him again. On the back straight they go for the final time. Adams will blast him around the outside this time. On to the last bend is Sebastian Ullemek for the Swindon Robins. It's Nichols in second place. It's Harris holding it tight in third place. Lee Adams at the back. It's a draw at Brandon Stadium. Coventry 45, Swindon 45, and I have to say I think that's a fair result. Cracking contest between these two sides. Sebastian Ullemek wins race number 15. Lee Adams at the back. I can't recall the last time we had a draw at Brandon Stadium, but that was absolutely sensational stuff tonight. Coventry have dropped a point on their home circuit for the first time since the first league match of the season. They've dropped it in a depleted state against Swindon, but for entertainment, that was fantastic tonight, and you've got to give it Sebastian Ullemek there. He has won Heat 13 and Heat 15 for Swindon with fast skating. Scott Nichols and Chris Harris get the better of Lee Adams in the 3-3. Coventry have dropped a point tonight, but in their depleted state, they've also gained a point tonight. A fantastic meeting finishes Coventry 45, Swindon 45.
Second red, Scott Nichols, and third, Chris Harris. 3 all these are final score, and so it was 45 points to each team, so it's a draw, and the time was again 60.
Bomber Harris, that was a tough night. A draw, a fair result in the end?
Was a tough night, you know. Yeah, it was sort of the racing that was there, you know, both teams was battling, and you know, maybe at the end of the day, a draw was a fair result, but you know, it hadn't really helped our cause and climb up the ladder a bit, so you know, we could done with a win tonight, and we let the few points slip away. But
a great night for you in a crucial third place you held on to in Heat 15.
Yeah, you know, we went into Heat 15 with you know, we needed a 5-1 or 4-2 to clinch the win, and fortunately we only got the 3-all, but I managed to just hold off Lee, and I mean, I could hear him behind me, so you know, I just knew I'd just cover all the lines, and I managed to do that.
I would say the gate you made in your first race tonight, perhaps the best of your career?
Yeah, I made a good one, you know. Found like my game was pretty good tonight. Just off gate form in Heat 15 just span a bit, but you know, it's one of them things, and we got the draw that got us the point.
So the main problem was being without both normal reserves, and it's a tough ask for Premier League guys to come in and step in.
Yeah, you know, what they come in and done a good job, and you know, Christian only got the phone call to come in today, so you know, he done well to come in at short notice, and yeah, you know, I think Paul Martin's on, he might have scored a few more than them did, and Pav, but you know, they wasn't here, and what we had is they'd done their job.
Optimistic for Wednesday to win, and we certainly owe them one.
Yeah, you know, we're going to go there to win, and you know, we owe them a lot, so we're going to go there and give it all, and hope we come away with that win.
Well done tonight, thank you very much.
Cheers.
Thanks, Chris. Alan, your away run goes on. A draw, a fair result tonight?
Yeah, I think so. I think it was pretty much, you know, touch and go all through the meeting, but I think a fair result in the end.
Going into 15, your pairing got a 5-1 in 13, so you must have had some confidence?
Yeah, it's fairly confident, you know, just one of them things, you know. And I'm no complaints from my captain. He's given me heart and soul all the time, so just one of them nights for him. But he's had a great night anyway, so I'm not worried. You know, he pulls us out of the mire more than he puts us in them.
It's the first time tonight we at Brandon have seen your exciting Russian star Gafarov, who's riding Heat 8 to pass Gennaro, was one of the best we've seen all season.
Yeah, the boy doesn't know the word of giving up. Not unfortunately, fortunately, he doesn't know the word of giving up. But he's just got a bit of a gating technique problem, and we're just trying to getting somebody trained into him.
So what happened in his last ride when he lifted off the start, and then it looked like he got it under control, and then he just got spat into the fence?
Well, he sort of just picked up, went up, and then as he got it down, it just sort of took off and went in the wrong direction, and you know, he clattered the fence quite heavily.
Do you think he'll be fit for your meeting on Thursday?
I hope so, but he's going back to Russia tomorrow, but I'm not really keen on him going, but you can't tell these boys anything.
But you put the off-track problems behind you in the last few weeks, and you've really got a good playoff chance now.
Yeah, well, that's the plan. You know, we're looking to get in that top 2, and I heard Paul won at Bellevue tonight, so you know, it's looking fairly good that it's going to be between, obviously, Reading, Paul, us, and a couple of others. So it's all in there, but we're looking good at the moment.
Good job tonight. Well done.
Thank you.
Thanks, Simon. Cheers. So Coventry 45, Swindon 45, the final score. The scorers for Coventry: Scott Nichols 11, Billy Gennaro 4 and 1, Chris Harris 12 and 1, Ollie Allen 5 and 1, Rory Schlein 8, Christian Henry 3, and Troy Battua 2 and 1. For the Robins, Lee Adams 9 and 2, rider replacement Sebastian Olden, Adrian Miedzinski 7, Lee Richardson 5, Sebastian Ulamek 11 and 1, Mads Corneliusson 6 and 1, Renat Gafarov 7 and 1. The honours are shared, the points are shared. A fantastic meeting. Coventry 45, Swindon 45.
Absolutely is, absolutely. Okay. We talked to Terry Russell about the future of Swindon Speedway earlier. He's optimistic, he's got his fingers crossed. London and they're making a new track. Who knows?
You know, it's